Alright, so today I will be doing an interview on you just to kind of get to know you a little more. Is it fine or do I have your consent to have you on video?
Yeah.
Okay. But the first question I have for you today is what do you do professionally slash work?
I work at a Starbucks in Target. I recently just started working as soon as I turned 16.
And tell me a little bit more about your role at the company. What do they have you doing? And what's the hardest thing about it and the best part about it?
I think what I do there mostly is make drinks and work on cashier, talking to customers. I think the hardest thing is maybe not doing the job right and being rushed when there's like rush hour at the store. And I think the best thing is having coworkers to communicate with and help me out.
Okay, that's nice to hear. How much time do you spend on this job?
It depends. Sometimes I work 14 hours over the weekend. Sometimes I work 10. It just depends when I get scheduled and my school situation.
Okay, and then what's like the hardest thing that you have faced at work so far? Like what makes it so hard for your problems?
I think the hardest thing I've faced is probably customer experience, like people being really disrespectful when there's lots of things happening.
Is there rush hours at times where it makes it more busier than usual?
Yeah, it's rush hour, and I think it's also when like kids get out of school
Mm.
as well as work.
And do you think it's busier like during the holidays or like just is it always busy at the work?
I think personally it's always busy at my job, but I think during the holidays it gets extreme as well.
Okay. And so in your opinion, what's the hardest part of your day? What makes it hard? Like why?
I think the hardest part of my day is like having to balance my schoolwork, work, and then also like my free time.
And what makes it so hard about it? Is it like time management? Do you have to like find ways to like have time for yourself?
I think time management, because then I don't really get any time for myself or to go out or maybe even finish my assignments.
And does that have like pressure on you sometimes? Like do you be stressful?
Somewhat. I think stress just comes naturally for me, especially in school, getting your assignments done, and also balancing a good work job.
And is school hard or is the job that you work make it harder for you?
I think school's tough just because it's like my third year of high school and they really pack all the assignments on you. I think that the job is hard, but I think in general school's hard by itself.
And what are some unmet needs that you have? Something that like you would want met for yourself as a person.
Like in the future,
Yeah, or right currently right now. Or both actually.
I think that right now I really want to focus on getting good grades and keeping a good balanced life. And I think in the near future I really want to work in the medical field, so balancing having a job even then when I work in the medical field and now, I think that's when I would meet.
Do you think that would make you happy
I
once you complete those goals, or do you feel like there's always be something missing until you complete it all?
I think for me it's something would be missing until I complete it all, because I feel like even if I do get a good job in the medical field, I feel like there still will always be like something that will make me push myself harder.
And why is that? Why do you think that?
I think because like I like to meet like a lot of standards. Like I have a lot of standards for myself, and if I don't get them met, I feel like I pressure myself a lot.
So do you think it like makes your day-to-day life harder because you want to be like kind of like a perfectionist, or do you feel like everybody's not perfect and like you're just trying your hardest?
I think definitely this year I realized that everyone's not perfect, and I feel like just trying will help you succeed in life.
And so what can be done to improve school or work for you as a whole?
I think school, maybe just kind of balancing the days that I work in school. Like maybe one day I do my schoolwork and finish it for the week, and then when I go to work, I don't have any problems.
So do you feel like school makes it hard for you to do like the things that you like, such as like maybe going out or like having extracurricular activities?
In a way, yes and no, because school does get out pretty early for me, so I do have lots of time to do extracurriculars. But I feel like sometimes it does kind of pressure you into not being able to go out, like with your friends or even with your family somewhat.
And what would you classify as something being fun? Like what do you like doing for fun?
I like just going out, maybe like taking a nature walk. Like I like the snow as well, so maybe like playing in the snow and like I don't know. I like also being indoors a lot, so maybe watching movies indoors, hot
Okay.
chocolate.
And what foods do you like then? Do you like, are you a foodie? Do you enjoy getting food
I
or when you're
love
doing those activities or no?
I love all food
Really?
except like mushrooms. I always eat food if it's with my brother or it's with my friends, my family, loved ones, anyone. Like I love food. I feel like it's like my love language.
But why do you not like mushrooms?
I don't know. It's the taste. I just can't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? So is it like certain foods that you wouldn't eat, or was like, would you eat certain foods with only certain people?
I feel like if I'm gonna eat something with my brother, it's different if I eat it with someone I like. Because with my brother, I can like eat a whole meal and like not care if I'm messy or anything. But with certain people, it's like different because I know he's not gonna judge me, but I don't know if other people are gonna judge me.
And what makes you say that? Like, how is it different?
Because I feel like when you have like a family member, like you've kind of like known them your whole life, so I feel like you'll be like difficult for them to truly judge you because they've seen you like at your lowest or highest.
Okay. And do you feel like that's just for food, or do you feel like also like that is different when people judge you in different aspects on different topics or areas?
I think it could be different, but I feel like everyone is allowed to like have their own opinion. So I feel like no matter how close you are with somebody, I feel like it wouldn't matter because I feel like if they're truthful, they will tell you that.
And what do you feel like is one issue that do you think is like wrong in our society, such as people?
I think how normalized like being disrespectful is and like loyalty and how like a lot of people in this society value like other things rather than that, and money as well. I think a lot of people value money more than anything else.
And do you think it's different between like a guy and a girl?
I feel like somewhat. I feel like they both go through like different struggles in life. But overall, I feel like, yeah, they both go through a lot of struggles.
And what's the hardest part in your opinion about being a girl? Like, what do you think girls are experiencing that's really hard nowadays, or personally for you?
I don't know. That's like a tough question because I feel like women, besides me, like they go through a lot of stuff like birth and having periods, I feel like. And for me, I think it's just like the maturity level between guys and girls. I feel like at least like even when I'm in class, I feel like the way that I would talk about somebody and the way a guy would talk about a girl, for example, the maturity level is very not there.
And do you think it's always been like this, or do you think it's just this generation?
I think this generation definitely like they feel like it's super normalized to put down women or men in general, I feel like.
In what ways would you say that has happened, or have you seen it?
I've seen like guys say like disrespectful things about girls' bodies, how they look, how they dress, and vice versa. I mean, like, but I've mostly heard about guys doing that in my experiences.
Okay. And now leading to a different type of topic. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier, but what's your biggest / most important for professional responsibility / goal?
As in like in the future right now.
As in the future.
In the future, like my biggest goal is to be in the medical field because I think ever since I was a little girl, I've loved to help little kids and anyone in general. Okay. And I feel like it would be really beneficial for me.
And what type of like medical role do you want? Is it like nursing or is it like something else?
I would love to do like a registered nurse, of course, like nursing. But in my like later life, I do want to become like a doctor.
A doctor?
Yeah.
And why that has been one of your goals? Like what intrigues you about that or interests you about that?
I think that in general, like I've always loved helping people. Like even in my class, I love helping individuals, like when people need advice. So I feel like having the opportunity to help people in need would really make me feel good about myself.
So are you more of like if you make somebody else happy, it makes you happy, or do you have like some selfishness to you?
I think I always try my best to make other people happy, even if that means that I'm not happy as well.
And do you think it has affected you in your life at all?
I think yeah, because I feel like sometimes I do over and beyond for people who would not do it for me.
And how does that make you feel sometimes?
Like upset, and like I feel like I'm an important person to that.
So it's kind of like do you ever question yourself as to like why you do that sometimes?
Sometimes, but I feel like nothing in my heart will make me not try to help someone else before I help myself. So it's kind of just like immune to me to do that.
And how would you feel like you would work on that? Since you said you mentioned you overdo your part, like how would you stop that from happening? Do you
I
feel like
I think that maybe like telling people like what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, and like kind of just putting myself in their shoes and wondering like why are they not doing it for me if I'm doing it for them.
so kind of like perspectives and opinions?
Yes.
Okay. So is that like something do you think that the whole like world needs to work on, or is it something that like do you think it's you see it in younger people like in high school, or you see it mostly in adults where people are overdoing their part?
I feel like in general a lot of people overdo their part. I feel like it definitely plays like a role in like their maturity level and how they view themselves as a person.
Okay, and now leading to another question, do you think it's guys overplaying their role, or do you think it's girls, or do you think it's like in the middle?
In my opinion, I think that both do their part, but in a lot of situations, I do believe that girls do over like they overdo their part. I feel like girls get emotionally attached really fast in not even just relationships but also friendships, and I feel like them being emotionally attached to somebody creates them to want to do everything for that person, even if that means they're hurting themselves by doing it.
Mm.
Like, yeah, although there is men that do that, I think that men don't get as emotionally attached as fast as girls do, in my opinion.
And what makes you like say that? Like, have you seen it like in your friends? Have you seen like stuff that has happened in the world, like over social media?
I think that I've seen it a lot over social media when people like feel the need to stay. Like, there's plenty of situations where women have been cheated on while they're pregnant, and even though they know that that has happened, they're so emotionally attached to the baby father that they feel the need that they should stay and still provide for them even if they got done dirty or weren't respected in that relationship.
Okay, and now going into a question of social media, do you think social media has played a role in people's thinking?
I think for sure it has, because I know when I'm upset, if I see like a sad TikTok or YouTube video, I think it's gonna make me even more upset than I am in that moment. And I feel like just in general, if you're scrolling on TikTok or you're on Instagram, and a lot of people view that as a way of them to, because some people go on social media to cope, but the people who are going through stuff, if they keep seeing bad things, they might feel like these bad things are what they need to do to fill their void.
And so what would you say is like some good stuff that you've seen and some bad stuff that you've seen? And do
I
you think it influences like relationships, or do you think it also like helps with like other problems such as like maybe like finding businesses or like helping the world out?
I think social media does play a big role into maybe finding jobs and businesses, like you said. But I do feel like social media kind of, in my opinion, it kills like romance, because I feel like a lot of people, like when they're on their phone and they see their significant other or their friend, like your friend posted with someone you don't like, or someone posted something that you feel like is unloyal, and I feel like a lot of people kind of make that a big role into relationships, in my opinion. And I feel like having social media has kind of ruined that, because a lot of people care like, oh, like her boyfriend buys her flowers all week, he doesn't, he has money, he doesn't, she dresses this way, she doesn't, you know what I mean? And I feel like it also plays a big role in body images and everything.
So it's like it could be like a negative factor in somebody's life,
Yeah, I
or
feel like
positive,
it could be
but
negative
mainly
or
negative.
positive. Mainly negative in my opinion, for like, yeah.
Certain reason. Okay, and do you think if there was like no social media, do you think you could like survive off of it, or do you think it's like you're so used to it that you can't live without it?
I think that like even just like an example of when like TikTok got banned, like that, like I don't know, I'm so used to just being on my phone and on social media, like no matter even if it's bad to me or not. And it's kind of like I'm just immune to like scrolling on my phone. So I feel like that would kind of play a big role, because I would be really bored, but it would allow for many people to get out their comfort zone and do things that they may not have done.
Okay. And I really appreciate you taking your time out the day today to do this interview with me. Thank you for your time, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good one.